Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Justin Bond.
I'm Greg Campbell.
This week we are previewing the Arkansas versus LSU game.
The 25th ranked Hogs travel to Death Valley this Saturday to face the Tigers at 6:30 on SEC Network.
Arkansas is bowl eligible for the first time since 2015.
Yes.
Ranked in the college football playoff, number 25. We are looking to add another W to the record and bring that boot back to Fayetteville.
That's it.
This is Diamond State Sports.
Welcome back to yet another pregame chat.
Hogs and Tigers. Night game, Death Valley. We should be in for a good one.
Oh, it's going to be great. LSU is 2 years removed from their perfect 15-0 season and their national championship.
This is not that team.
No, it is not.
LSU is currently 4-5 on the season. They sit right below Arkansas, but at the bottom of the SEC West.
Yep. But we're going to throw away those records. And
it's Arkansas LSU.
yes, it's always fun.
This is pointless even talk about records.
I know.
It's always a good one. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens in the season. And I think that that's what a lot of people see, especially Razorback fans, see this as a rivalry because it really doesn't matter what the teams have went through. You could throw those out the door when the game comes.
Yep.
It's usually a great game. Yep. And I don't see any reason to expect anything different this time.
No, because, when, speaking of throwing the records out the door, we went to an Arkansas LSU game years ago.
We did.
Which snapped a 17-game SEC losing streak.
Yeah.
We beat number 17 LSU 17-0.
0 in November, and I think it was 17 degrees.
Probably.
It was very cold. That was very cold.
Records do not matter with this, this game at all.
And it's not just Arkansas.
No.
Traveling to Baton Rouge, Louisiana for a night game is never fun for the Ravens.
No, never.
There are definitely a few things that need to happen to help Arkansas secure the win this weekend.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that starts with Treylon Burks and our wide receivers.
Well, yeah, they're the ones that's going to really make an impact in this game because LSU's secondary it's decimated. It's so hurt.
I had three starters. I mean, Eli Ricks, Derek Stigley, I believe are their names. They went down pretty early, season-ending injuries. And they had another one that missed the Alabama game last weekend, who many say is LSU's best player in their secondary, Cordell Floyd. I don't really know how to say his name, but he did not play the Alabama game, and he was missed. I'm not sure. I tried to look. They haven't.
Not sure if he's going to be back yet.
Yeah, they haven't said if he's going to be back yet, but I do know that last week in the Alabama game that Coach O said very early in the week he's out. So it might be something a little more serious.
Yeah.
But that is a difference maker, I believe, this weekend.
Oh, for sure.
Whether he's playing for them or not.
Yeah, because if he's not, then that is where Burks and all of our other receivers are really going to be able to get those gains, get those catches, even on short gains, it's the yards after catch that will definitely make a difference through the air.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Burks' last 4 games, I love Treylon Burks. I mean, I wish he'd stay around another year, but I mean, he is likely at this point to be the number 1 wide receiver taken in the NFL draft.
So far, he's definitely running that way.
He's up there. I mean, there's about 3 wide receivers in college football that are being wide up there. It kind of switches every week, but I mean, in his last 4 games, Burks has 512 yards, 7 touchdowns, 6 receiving and rushing.
And a rushing one. That's how you know that the kid is he's diverse.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can get that rushing touchdown there. But then this is Kendall Briles.
I love Kendall Briles. I hope he's not a head coach next year. I can't say that.
Right. You just want him to stick around. Yeah.
You hope the best.
Yes.
But I mean, I would love to see another year of KJ Jefferson and Kendall Briles in that offense. And Kendall Briles could very likely get the passing game heavily involved.
Oh, yeah.
against LSU.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, LSU does have one of the worst statistic passing defenses in the SEC. They allow a little over 250 yards a game.
And that's where the Hogs need to really take advantage.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, KJ Jefferson has the potential for a big day in the passing department.
Yeah. Well, not even the passing department. With him being, once again, as diverse as he is, he can really get the rushing game kickstarted as well.
Which is kind of our next key.
Oh,
I mean, you cannot preview the Razorbacks without talking about the rushing attack.
Never.
It seems like this is a repeating thing. Our rushing attack is one of the best in the nation.
Yeah. Yep.
It's so diverse. We faced Mississippi State last week, and that's what you heard going into the week against that game. Could the Hogs rush? Facing Mississippi State, 4th best rush defense in the nation. We got over 200 yards.
Yeah.
We're still ranked 4th overall in the country with 244 yards a game on the ground.
Yeah, we lost one or a couple of yards on the average, but it's 244 yards per game.
Yeah, I mean, we have 4 players over 400 yards now.
See, that's one of those crazy things, which it is led by Traylon Smith.
Yeah.
He had 95 carries for just over 475 yards.
And then, I mean, I love Traylon Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I talked last week, the Mississippi State video, if you watched that, about Dominique Johnson. I mean, statistically, he was like a 4th, 5th in the list of most yards. But I said Dominique Johnson, I felt like he earned a start. He really needed to start.
Yes.
He started. Yep. And he was huge. Had 107 yards.
Yeah.
Averaged 6.3 yards a carry and 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
Against Mississippi State. Brought him up to 416 yards in the season on 56 carries. He is still averaging 7.4 yards an attempt. Still.
Yep.
And I mean, that's huge through 9 games.
Oh, yeah.
For a player. I thought Dominique Johnson really had shown the potential on the field to earn the start, and I was very glad to see that he not only got that start, but he proved what I thought he had the capability to do.
He's definitely showing his worth to where he's going to get more touches.
Yeah, and I mean, that's not good for that's not bad for a tight end, which Dominique Johnson came in as a tight end.
Exactly.
Rocket Sanders, Raheem Rocket Sanders. I mean, he's a workhorse as well. I love him. I mean, he is a guy that you can put in, and he's real bully, and I like that.
Well, every team needs essentially a power.
Yeah, and that's kind of Rocket Sanders. I mean, 87 carries, 460 yards, and am I forgetting someone? Oh, QB1.
Yeah.
I mean,
why not
what
throw a
you
quarterback
just
in the
kind of
mix?
said.
Yeah.
And that's I love that.
He has 433 ground yards right now.
Yeah.
Just him rushing by himself.
And that's awesome. I mean, I mean, when you really look at that, we're talking about passing and the secondary, and then like you said earlier, he can run too.
Yes.
And our running back room is special, and and I think that this RPO offense is great. I mean, we got 19 rushing yards, rushing
touchdowns
on the season. And LSU, their secondary and their passing defense is not that great.
No, it's also not the worst.
It's not the worst. Their rush defense, middle of the pack.
Exactly.
They still allow about 150 yards a game. So I like that. I like our
odds for that.
Our offensive chances going in that we have options. And I have confidence in our team that we can run or pass if we need to.
Oh, for sure.
But, LSU has an offense too.
Yes. Yes, they do.
Our defense is another key to the game. As of any game. I mean, they say defense wins games. I feel like our offense should take care of itself this weekend, but we need to worry about our defense stepping up as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, their running back, Ty Davis-Price, he's electric with the ball in his hands.
Absolutely.
Arkansas has to account for him at all times.
Have to know where he is.
Yeah, he's running with 731 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he's just over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah.
That's nothing to look like.
He is a name that I promise you that Barry Odom, our defensive coordinator, has circled, and people know his number and they know what he looks like.
Yeah.
Our linebackers have to count for him at all times.
Yeah.
We have to step up, have to know where he is on the field. And we really do need a great game from our linebackers. And I think that starts with Bumper Pool.
Oh,
We have Grant Morgan, who I love as well. Henry is great. But Bumper Pool has really kind of separated himself from the pack and really has emerged as a menace and a real leader for opposing teams. I mean, he leads our team with 87 tackles.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he really has kind of stepped out and, separated himself from the rest of the line.
Well, yeah, his ability to play sideline to sideline is what makes him so effective in this.
Absolutely. And he's there. Like I said, he's a leader. His presence is felt when he's on the field.
Oh, definitely.
I don't care if he's the one making the tackle or not.
Yep.
He's a leader. He makes sure that the defense is in the right spots and knows where the players are. That helps them to know what they're doing, where they're supposed to be.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like I said, he can make plays himself.
Oh,
he's
just
physical.
one or two.
I mean,
Yeah.
And so that's great. To have him, and we're going to need a big game from our linebackers.
Yeah.
It's obviously a you score more than them type of game.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
But
it's not fair to talk about our offense and not touch on LSU, or defense and not touch on LSU's.
Yeah.
It's not the best like we talked about, but they're better than people are giving it credit for.
Yeah, numbers aren't always what they show.
No.
And I mean, you could really look at all their games. I mean, and try not to focus on the statistics of, they're bad in this part, but they allow this.
Yeah.
Because they show flashes of greatness.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, that Alabama game, I don't care if that's a fluke or not. I don't care what you look at. When it comes down to it, the Tide got six rushing yards on 26 attempts. I mean, I don't care how that looked, how you boil it down.
That's impressive still, by any standard.
That's still an effective run defense.
And on top of that, they got 3 sacks on Bryce Young.
Yeah, the Bama quarterback. Yeah. I mean, that's still showing defensive pressure.
Yes.
Getting to a quarterback, sacking him, and stopping the run. We're going to have to figure out a way to move the ball through the air if we can't get it on the ground.
Right.
And ultimately, that is how Alabama won last week. I think I'm not really worried about our rush. I mean, we've proven that we can run.
Yeah.
But
we still need to make sure that people know that we can be a threat in the air as well.
And the thing is, prior to...
yeah, we have...
Hi, red light.
Yeah.
But prior to the... when Arkansas played Mississippi State, Alabama rushed for, I'm not going to misquote, but it was over 100 yards.
Yeah.
I know that they had rushed. Alabama had, at that point last week, before Arkansas played Mississippi State, Alabama had the most rush yards on them. And then LSU held them to 6. That's a huge inconsistency.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know everyone gets up and gets fired up for Alabama.
Yeah.
They're number 2 in the nation. I understand. But
being able to hold the top dog that is essentially Alabama dynasty.
Yeah, especially in the SEC West.
Yes.
And, I mean, it's Alabama and the rest for years in the SEC West.
Yeah.
And so, minus 2 years ago when LSU was 15-0, but...
Yeah.
So,
but regardless, more times than not.
More times than not.
Yes.
And so that's it. We're going to have to make sure our defense steps up.
Yes.
Well, guys, if you are new to this podcast video series, this is a Arkansas podcast, and we drink Arkansas beer. This week is the Woodsman Pilsner out of Norfolk Brewing Company, Norfolk, Arkansas. Greg, what do you think?
It's different. It's as light as I thought a Pilsner would be, but there's a certain, I don't want to say bite.
I was going to say earthy. And, and I was really, and as you were kind of reading that, my eyes kind of caught to the sentence that says, some are harvested from the wild, and talking about ingredients. It's kind of bolded there. And I kind of get that. A little earthy, but it's a good Pilsner.
It is.
A lot of times when you think of Pilsners, you think of really light, like Miller Lite.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have a lot of flavor. This does have some good flavor. It's good. I kind of... It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but I was kind of delightfully surprised.
Yeah.
And I always love a canvas of good artwork.
That's one thing that I really do appreciate.
For good artwork. And that's pretty cool little artwork there.
I did, yeah. Yeah, it's not just a plain white or a plain blue can with words. It actually shows art. It's a masterpiece, both in the can and out. Not necessarily, but
or advertising for
it's good though. Yeah. It's good.
So prediction time. Like I said, I'm not worried about our offense.
No,
I honestly think that our running game is going to take over this game pretty quick. Because if one player is not getting it done, we have plenty of others right behind him to rush.
Right.
And I really think that's going to be the story of the game, our rushing attack taking over. And I think that really is going to feed into the tempo of the game.
Yeah.
But I also think on the side, Treylon Burks is going to have a big game through the air.
Yeah.
I really think that at least a few times Kendall Briles is going to get some good long passes to Treylon Burks.
Definitely.
And he's one of those players, once you get that ball in his hand, he does his own thing.
Yeah.
So I think Treylon Burks will have a big game through the air, but I think the story of the game will be the Hogs' running game taking over, especially being Alabama held to 6 yards, Arkansas a lot more. And the biggest thing with that is if our running game does take over, like I think it will, we're going to control the tempo of the game. And I think that, more than anything, is what's going to spell trouble for LSU, is if Arkansas is controlling the tempo of the game, because their offense is not as effective and cannot score near as quick as Arkansas can. But it's a night game in Death Valley. That's worth some points for LSU.
Oh, yeah.
So I do think it's going to be somewhat close. I'm still going to go 30-23 Arkansas.
Okay, that's fair. See, I'm gonna piggyback off of you giving points for Death Valley. Death Valley has consistently been one of, if not the loudest stadium in the country.
Absolutely.
Hands down, year after year, they're always in the top 3, if not number 1.
Yeah, because they're crazy. They are literally crazy. Have you ever been to Baton Rouge?
Yes.
They are crazy.
Yes, I have. But that's definitely gonna play some
a factor in the game.
thank you.
Yeah,
it's gonna play a factor. But I definitely agree with you. Our run game is going to hit it. And then KJ, I think he's gonna show up and show out on his passing game.
Yeah.
I really think so. He's going to pick out and pick apart that secondary that's already hurt and not there. But I'm going to go a little bit closer for you, to you. I'm going to go 30-27 Arkansas.
Okay. Oh, hey. That was my prediction last week, which I will say 31-28. I predicted 30-27.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Either way, Hogs won.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. I'm excited. It's going to be a good game. I'm excited for a night game. I wish it was at Arkansas.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to, have a day for a build-up. We had a lot of 11 a.m. games this year.
I know.
And it's just different when you can have a little build-up. So I'm really excited for this game. Hoping the Hogs can get that W and continue on with a season that is as good or better than most people projected at this point.
Oh, definitely.
And, like Pittman said, we're going bowling.
Broke
out Larry the bowling ball, and, we're going bowling. Yep. So we don't know where, and games like this just make it a little bit better of where we're going to end up.
Yep. And I'm not going to be able to know anything until Sunday afternoonish because I'm going to be out in the woods, no service, no nothing. So it's going to be a fun surprise whenever I get back into civilization to look it up.
Your phone's going to come and have notifications for me like, either really good or... But, well, guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the video, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter.
Yep. Make sure you leave a comment down below with your prediction, whether or not our predictions make sense. If you think LSU is going to come out on top, we may, push that to the side now.
Delete.
But
I love being told I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
And I love being told I'm right.
Definitely.
We've gotten some great comments in the past of people that feel some other keys to the game, and sometimes they work out.
There's so much to football and everything that we can't hit everything. So
absolutely.
Definitely let us know what you see that we didn't talk about. And then, once again, your scores, your predictions, and your keys.
Absolutely.
So,
till next time, guys.
See ya.